I don't see who's the participant who's sharing, so I don't know the name yet. Because I think it's a different Zoom. But what she's saying is in the past she had problems, and she see that everyone around her also have problems in life because she has been diligently consistent learning this knowledge. And when she was in university, she learned economics, and she start strategize her life, making a plan for her life, and create the life plan. So in her life plan, that what she learned in university, she need to strategize it. But now she have the idea of the 6th grade prosperities, and she see that everyone in her life run after this, run after that, all the material things. But now she know where her focus is. She taking care of her health every day to exercise, and regards time freedom, she be able to apply the 7 offerings into her life to create values for everyone around her, especially for the position offering. And so by position offerings herself to others, she transmits her reality to others, and she creates time freedom for herself. And everyone around her is wondering why she can do a lot of things when she go to school. Oh, I know who she is. The participant name Ling, I think she is the member of our family of the 339 family thing of the foreign 339 house. Yeah. So she's saying that she at home she take care of 2 kids. She homeschool 2 kids, and when she go to work, she is a vice president of a secondary school in Hanoi, and she always have a mentality of doing position offering to everyone around her, and especially her children as well. So when she work in the education system, when she transmit her reality to the younger generation, okay, then other parents seeing that, and they ask her to coach her children, and then she have an opportunity to accompany so many children growing up, and that will help her to improve her financial freedom. And regarding harmonious family, in the past, she see everyone doing the same thing so many generations. But lucky for her that she learned about the 9 golden words of harmonious family, and then she be able to improve her relationship with her husband, okay, and she be able to improve her relationship with her parents as well. So she managed to improve her relationships with her parents. So once she's managed to have the harmonious relationship within her family, when she go outside, she can manage the relationship with other people in society. So then she learned that about there's a saying in Vietnam that you need to manage your family first before you can control the world, before you be able to lead the nation, the country. And by transforming her whole life, she be able to help the students at her school, the parents at her school, the teacher at her school, in order for them to transform their life as well. And regarding world travel. I have been traveling for around 21 countries. Okay, so in the past, I never thought in my mind that I'd be able to go different countries. But then I really, really want to travel the world. So I started by go to travel to the province around Hanoi. And then when my finances getting better, I start travel to the further province in Vietnam. And when I start going out to the world, okay, my ambition, my wanting and imagination is start getting bigger. Okay, I start wanting to go discover nature, go to explore the world in my own term. Okay, and also when because I practice 7 offerings so much in my life, so whenever I go now, I be able to meet so many friends, so many people in our community in different countries. And every time I go to another country, meeting different people, I've learned the differences, and I can grow and mature so much through a world traveling. And then I have 3 questions I always ask myself: who is the most important person, when is the most important time, and what is the most important task at this moment. So from that 3 questions I always ask myself when I go outside, encounter the world, go to different province, different country, with that mentality of learning and focusing on what happened at the moment, I be able to learn so much, a lot of things, and that what I learned, the knowledge I learned, bring value to my life, and also create time freedom as well as financial freedom for me. And when teacher Phi, and when cô Hà Phi share, I feel so touched and moved about the topic, regards the topic of health. When teacher Hà Phi herself is a self-example, a living example for health improvement. Okay, so doesn't matter how much money we have, if we do not have health, everything else doesn't matter. So in my family, everyone have to have time, allocate time to do exercise. Even me, myself, my mom, my husband, my children, we are always prioritize exercising. And because I am doing that myself, my husband, my mother all already do that. So I have created a living example for my children, and they automatically follow my step. And what I have been transferring to my children, it is a legacy that I have been built for my children. Okay, and I don't have to force them to do anything. They automatically taking care of their own health. Okay, so in my mind, I think that teaching kids, we only need 5 minutes a day. But what we need to do is that we need to do the work for a shortest time in a day, focus in particular work for a shorter time with the most focus in the day. And that's how I be able to apply and do a lot of things, achieve so much, a lot of things in my life. And I have managed to achieve these 6 great prosperities. At the beginning, it was quite difficult. I need to have to go through so many obstacles and have to win every step. So I take the victories. I acknowledge by the victory every step that I reach. But now things become simpler. So thank you ever so much to all the teachers. Thank you so much for all the everyone. Teacher Hiển said, thank you ever so much, chị Liên, for sharing. It seemed like everyone in the other Zoom couldn't hear what chị Liên said. Thank you ever so much, chị Liên, for sharing with everyone. So whatever we have in our life is what we have thought of, right? Whatever we have ever think of, we manifest them into our life. And today, chị Liên managed to share her reality. And what she said is that, okay, if you already do things anyway, just do 6 of them all at once. So today we start doing it. Then tomorrow we all start owning them. So today we do it. Tomorrow we own it. Okay, and we do not limit our ability in terms of we can do one thing or 2 things, but we can arrange our time to do so many things at the same time. And obviously, if we borrow the strengths of the others, we connect with all the favorable condition in our life, then we can do so much. And it's the same with me. I cannot take care of all of the 6 of my children, but because I have the connection in my life, I have all the teachers, all the thầy cô living with us. They are helping, giving a hand to help taking care of my kids. And I do not try to do everything all at once, but I borrow the strength and the connection of the people in my life. Okay. So whatever we want to have in our life. Làm sữa rồi để trên bàn á. Đi ra trên bàn, ok? Sữa rồi đó, làm để sẵn trên bàn. Okay. Uống sữa con ốc. So if we continue to do what we used to do, we will reap the past result. But if we change what we're doing, then we will reap the new result. Okay. And now we're going to read the statement and the portrait of the mentor master. Okay. Declarations with master mentor. I am a person with value. Appretelling, transmitting reality, creating value is what I do throughout my life. Supporting others achieve their life's aspirations, I elevate realms of living, expanding the range of awareness, elevating the levels of wisdom. I stand above emerging adversity, honor, gratitude in emotion, tolerance in mind, inner peace in being. I protect myself and those around me. Refined characters, outstanding virtue, maturing beyond my years, I conquer all dreams. With appropriate perspective, right mentality, and relevant competency, I succeed with simplicity. Chị Linh ơi, chị Linh hỗ trợ em một chút nha.
Hi everyone, so I'll just bring up the English version. And hold off for a moment. I'll just bring up the, one moment, to bring up the resource. Has anyone got the resource there? You're welcome to read. If you've got it there. Tan, if you've got it there, or Ron, are you able to? Yeah, I'm opening it now. I'm getting it.
Comprehending laws, understanding principles, holding firmly the key, I open the door to mastering life. Adhering to rules, applying formulas, grasping methods, my life becomes simpler, more joyful, more trusting, and lighter. Knowing, believing, understanding the triangle of reality, human energetic structure, the root cause formula of life, I master finances, master health, master relationships, and master inner being. Imparting the value of philosophy of root education to all in order to enrich, to master, to become, and to evolve. Portrait of Wit Master Mentor. Scholarly wisdom, peaceful mentality, refined character, outstanding virtue, exceptional competency, model-like physique, triathlete health, extraordinary appertelling, communication, unwavering self-discipline, insightful vision, human life comprehension, benevolent leadership, moral virtue for all, 6 great prosperities, all capable leader, cultural entrepreneur.
Thanks, Ron. So the 2 words is sagacious. Number 9 is sagacious communication, as well as number 13 is benevolent leadership. Yeah. Okay, Anne's back.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Ron.
We were just wondering, number 5, was it a big change in the page before? So maybe
exceptional competency.
No, the page before that.
Master mentor with.
Number 5, yes, we did change a little bit. Number 5, so honoring gratitude in emotion, tolerance in mind, inner peace in being. I protect myself and those around me. So it's been changed, but we haven't updated.
So maybe change later.
Yeah. So we do that. I think when we finalize it, we're still on the process of finalizing. Okay. Thank you.
Always going to be in the process. Thanks, Anne. Thanks, Ron.
Okay. Teacher Happy said that now we have all the steps that we need to do. Okay. And first, we need to interact with people around us. When we interact with people, we will fulfill our finances in our time, our business, and our investment. And when we have financial freedom, we be able to achieve time freedom, and then we can go to travel the world. So, and then when we travel the world, we can what we need to consistently do, wholeheartedly do, diligently do, is continue learning and growing, maturing ourselves and our social relationships. And we take care of our health, and then we take care of our family. So at the same time, we nurture all of these 6 parts. And I would like to share with you there's some activity that going on in our community in the next couple of months. In November, the philosophy of root education has been spread to abroad, and we have a woman community, the international woman community. It has been approved by the World Nation, and they taking care of the quality of life as well as the mental life of the woman, and in the festival, the Women Festival, the International Women Festival, the Australian government organized Women Economic Forum. All right. So the Women Economic Forums, they have organized an event and invite our organization to come and share the philosophy of living, the philosophy of doing business, and the philosophy of educating our next generation. So this is a great news for our community, right? It's a good news for our organization. It's come just the right time when we start Mentor 7. And so you are sitting here today. You have so much favor, you have so much blessings. So when we talk about the desirable outcomes of our life, okay, we're sitting here talking about the dream occupation of inner being specialist. We know the value of the inner being specialist of our occupation. That will create so much value for our life. So what we need to do now is we speed up what we learned in order to have the awareness of an inner being specialist, of a person who has immersed themselves into the philosophy of root education. So congratulations to all of you, especially Mentor 7, because today, up to today, when you have all of the value that been created from the previous mentors, now you can see the desirable outcomes of an inner being specialist already showed in reality. Okay. We not only have the value that our organization not only have that value for us here, but also for the people around us, and also will be able to bring this value to the world. Imagine that one day each of our inner being specialists be able to stand on the world stage, and then together we'll be able to share the knowledge, the philosophy of root education. Okay. Ngon is delicious, right? And so that is the great news for our organization. I would like to share with you all. So can you see that we are already rich? Okay, rich that over our imagination, more than what we can imagine. So on the first session, we discussed about the desirable outcome. We have established our awareness about money, right? Now we know that we do not chase after money. So do you remember the money diagram when we establish the money, the roles of money in our life? We know that money come from an occupation, and that occupation has satisfied the health, wealth, and resources, health, wealth, power, and is sustainable, it satisfies sustainable, scalable, favorable, and we also qualify for the trio. So we remind ourselves of this, right? So the last few days we have already discussed about the dream occupation in order to achieve the dream life, right? Our dream life, the occupation in order to achieve the qualities of life. And the qualities of our life, that is our inner being, our health, our relationships. Okay. So have anyone here ever have an inquiries, ask yourself the questions that what is a life full of quality? What is a life full of quality? Okay. What is a life full of quality, and how can we upgrade, how can we elevate our realms of living? And when we elevate our realms of living, what do we elevate? Okay, so we bring in here two inquiries. So two inquiries, and if you want to improve, elevate your enhance your quality of life, what do you need to do? Okay, here we need to establish the awareness of desirable outcomes. This is the definition. This is a very important definition when we talk about the desirable outcome. The two inquiry that we had just asked. Okay, first, okay, what is a life full of quality? What is a life full of quality? Secondly, if you want to elevate your realms of living, what do you elevate? Okay, if you want to elevate your realms of living, what do you elevate? Normally, we follow an occupation in order to achieve achieve quality of life. But if we want a high quality of life, okay, so in people awareness nowadays, that everyone thinking that, okay, if you have money, you have a lot of money, automatically you have high quality of life. But we learning here and we understand that's not true, right? Doesn't matter how much money you have, you might not be able to improve your quality of life. So we need to establish the understanding here about the quality of life. Okay, let's talk about quality of life. Okay, please give me one moment to go out and check at the door. Right. So when we talk about quality of life, when we're looking at the diagram, which we have already discussed, we know that our quality of life include our health, our inner being, and our relationships. Okay, we need to pay attention here because now we are going to the end of the desirable outcome of our life now. As an inner being specialist, okay, throughout last week and this week, we have gone through the dream occupation and dream life together. And now we establish what is a life full of quality. Okay, and when we enhance our quality of life, what do we need to do? Okay, and when you look into this diagram, you already have the answer, right? So the quality of our life comes from our health, our inner being, our relationships. Okay. So the quality of our life comes from the fact that a person have a certain health in life. It's come from the relationships in human relationships in our life. It's come from our inner world, inner beings, inner self. Okay, so let's say if a person have poor health, have a bad relationship with everyone around them, and they always feel suffering inside. So that means doesn't matter how much money they have, the money means nothing to them. Okay, and similar to that, when we has already changed our awareness about money. Okay, when in the past we chase after money, and hopefully money will help our family be better, to connect our relationship with our husband, our family member, and how to improve our health. But all of what we hope for, what we expect for, okay, we couldn't be able to achieve them by chasing after money. Okay. So eventually we lost our health, we feel bad inside, and we have broken relationships by chasing after money. So that means we may have a lot of money, but we have poor quality of life. So here we need to establish an awareness with each other that our quality of life, a human quality of life, do not depend on material. Okay? A people quality of life do not depend on material. And also, we do not depend on money to live. So we need to focus on the quality of life instead of focusing on money. And we help other people around us to improve their quality of life. We improve our own quality of life, so we be able to have inner peace inside of us, be able to tolerate other people around us, be able to hold the energies of honorings and gratitude to other people around us. So if you remember the holistic wealth, the house of the holistic wealth, we have the 4 areas of life, okay? Our health, inner being, relationships, and finances. So in the past few days, we also talk about money, right? Money represents our finances, business, and investment. There are so many people in this life, they spend so many years look for the quality of life, look for a better lifestyle, okay, better life. But if the money can buy happiness, then the rich people on earth would be the happiest person on earth, right? Okay, so if money can buy tolerance, then the rich people in the world will never be regret or be if money can buy health, if money can buy health, then the rich people on earth will never get sick. So here we need to have the awareness, okay, awareness of the quality of life. An awareness that when we have the inner peace in our inner being, we have good health, we have the quality relationships in our life, means that money will come into our life. And when we have more money, that will help to improve our health better. We will have even more inner peace inside of us, and it will enhance our relationships, the quality of our relationships. In the book, the man is Venus, man is Mars, woman is Venus. It's a very popular book. Man is Mars and woman is Venus. The authors has helped so many women, so many family change their relationship between husband and wife. So when he listened to the story of so many family shared to him, and the moment that book has been published, man is Mars, men come from Mars, woman come from Venus. That book has helped society so much. Okay. The day that book has been, the day the book they have the day that they the opening books day, the reporter came to the wife and asked her that whether her husband bring happiness to her, and she answered that no, he didn't bring me any happiness. So why did she say that? Why did she say that? So she explained, okay, because myself, I already happy. I already fulfilled myself. I have self-happiness already. But the day I have he come into my life that make my life even happier. So her answers make us realize each of us, we already have self-happiness inside of us. So the moment we have more money, that will amplify what we have in our life, right? So if we already have happiness, that will amplify the happiness in our life. So getting back to being an inner being specialist, when we come into this environment, every day we see that everyone continue to learn all day long from 3 o'clock in the morning until late midnight, and no one thinking about making any money. But if we look back, if we reflect on our life so far, have you ever seen any community, any organization giving you this knowledge? Okay. Have you seen any organization, any community, any environment provide us what we are doing here today, giving us the idea of being rich, not only in material but holistically? Okay. Have you ever seen any environments, any community, any organization, okay, teaching us about holistic wealth? That's only happened here in our organization. Okay, so we need to establish with ourselves here that this is an important awareness that we do not need to do anything just yet, and we already rich. We already rich just by being here, without the need of doing anything just yet. But of course, you need to do something later. But for now, okay, we need to recognize that we are already rich. By the time we sit here, we're learning. We already find our health. We're already improving our health. We improve our social health, our mental health. And when we do exercise, we improve our physical health, right? Okay. Do you hear me clear? It's a bit noisy where am I right now. There's a truck going on the road, so let me go and close the door. It's a little bit noisy. Where am I? Where I am, so it's a little bit noisy. All right, everyone, we have a great environment here, right? We have a ngon environment, is very ngon, very delicious. So which environment, which organization, after a year later, when you finish Mentor 7, you manage to run 21 kilometers, you'll be able to manage to swim 2 kilometers, you'll be able to do hip rotation for 5 hours, and you'll be able to roll your back for 3 hours continuously. And every single day here, we learned about inner being. And every day you come in here, you have inner peace. And every day you come in here, you'll be able to interact with 21 members in your house group, right? And within that our community, you'll be able to interact with other 2,000 Mentor 7. So in our organization, okay, do you see that by studying here, is your quality of life already improved? Yeah, there's a lot. Every single person of us, every single day, we have materialized our non-material aspects. Every single day, we cultivate our virtue, cultivate our outstanding virtue, cultivate our outstanding virtue. So right now, okay, Mentor 7, do you see that you already rich? Okay, so if you see that you're already rich, you need to write it down. Write it down that I or I am already rich without doing anything right now. Because if we're looking at society, when after people are making a lot of money, then they start looking for happiness, start looking for inner peace. But what we have here right now, even the richest person on earth, that is what they aim for. That is their goal. The goal in life is receiving the inner truth within themselves, having the inner peace within themselves. So that what we have here is a dream of so many rich people out there. So we establish an awareness here that we are already rich. We're very, very rich already. We are very, very wealthy. And we already have that's amazing thing already. So now what we need to do is focus on our learning in order to improve, enhance our quality of life. So we do not have to chase after money anymore. Because now we know that what we have is a dream, a wish of so many people out there. And our jobs here, what we need to do, our responsibility is focus on our quality of life. We don't need to focus on chasing after money anymore. But now we need to shift our focus to enhance human life, quality of life. So we follow the right direction here. So there's two things here. There are two things here that we need to focus on. Because first, when we focus on the human life view, we'll be able to accumulate balanced merit and good deed. When we focus on the development of human life, when we focus on the human life development, we'll be able to accumulate balanced merit and good deed. And where is the human life's development? It's light in health, inner being, and relationships. Because if we want to survive, we want to develop, we need to have good health, and we help other people to have good health. We have inner peace, we have quality relationships, and we help other people to have inner peace, have quality relationships as well. So we need to grasp this information here. When we have the better quality of life, we are going to help other people to enhance their quality of life as well. When we already have the high quality of life, we are helping other people to enhance their quality of life. Therefore, in order to have a high quality of life, in order to have good health, inner peace, and quality relationships, we need to go back to the first diagram. Looking at what we need to do, that is what we need to create value for life. Create value for life. Create value for life. Create values. So when we help other people to have a better quality of life, that means we are creating values for life. When we help other people, to enhance the quality of life, that means we are creating values for life. And when we help other people to enhance the quality of life, at that moment we are creating values for life. So as an inner being specialist, we know what we need to do. at this moment, right now, right? And through the question that we asked ourselves earlier, through the inquiry that we have asked earlier, now we know the answers. Because if we want to enhance our quality of life, we need to hold on to the tools and means to the value creation tools. Value creation tool in order to create values for life. If we have money right now and we unable to take initiative, be proactive to take care of our health, we do not have inner peace inside of us. We do not have the quality relationships, which means we are unable to create values for life. We are unable to create sustainable values for life. And now we reflect back the last few sessions. Okay, we know that occupation is a value creation tools for us, okay, to create values for life. Okay, so whatever you do right now is the value creation tools. And we have already discussed about the dream life. We have the standard for our dream life right now, right? So the main things here, the important things is that we need to maintain the good quality of life, the high quality of life, by by helping other people to have health in a being, health in a peace, quality relationship, and that means we are creating value for lives. Okay, through a value creation tools, and that value creation tools have to satisfy health, wealth, power, satisfy sustainable, have to be sustainable, scalable, favorable, and satisfy the and align with the power trio. So now our job here, our responsibility here is to enhance our quality of lives and enhance other people's quality of lives. So when we be able to enhance have the high quality of life already, right? We also have the realms of life, and realms of life, that is the human development. Okay, so when we focus on the human life development, that is the moment that we enhance our quality of life. Okay, when we be able to enhance quality of life, we have two things that we need to remember here. That is when we focus on the human's development. Okay, and by doing that, we be able to, okay, when we focus on enhancing our realms of living, that is when we focus on the human life development. And that is when we enhance our quality of life, is when we focus on the human life survival. So that means we be able to create the engines of balance merit and good deed. And only by doing that, we have the quality of life. Okay. Yeah. So we be able to enhance our quality of life and create values for life. Okay. And we're saying that, okay, when we come into this organization, okay, we be able to learn a lot, we be able to grow and mature. So in our organization, we are so thankful. We are so thankful for our Grandmaster, okay, because he has focused his life on helping all of us to enhance our quality of life, creating value for life. And now here at Mentor 7, we have managed to run this course with our Grandmaster consultant, so we can create the engines of balanced merit and good deed Okay, so with mentor 7, you are the future inner being specialist. You need to learn to know how to activate, how to operate these engines of balanced merit and good deed. So when we talk about the quality of life and the realms of life, this is the so here we talk about the human life. That is the good quality of life and the high realms of living. Okay, so the human life outcome is the good quality of life so remember it's a good good quality of life and high realms of living. You mean shh. Đi đây đi im lặng, phối hợp với mẹ, không phối hợp thì đi ra ngoài chơi với anh chị. Mimi, you okay? Okay, I would like to invite Trần Quốc Việt to share your thought here. Okay. Right, Trần Quốc Việt said, can you hear me, everyone? Thank you ever so much to all the teachers here, and thank you my wife for connecting me to this organization. And and in these lessons, what I have learned and my impression and realization. Okay, so in the past, I think that when I have a lot of money, my quality of life will be so good. But now I learned that the quality of life includes my health, my inner beings, and my relationships. So I need to have inner peace inside of me. I need to have good health. I need to have quality relationships, okay, in order to enhance my quality of life, okay, and elevate realms of living. That is a good life. But in the past, I used to just think very simple that the more money I have, the better my life will be. Okay. So now when I listen to this knowledge, I feel so deep. It feels very deep because when we Grandmaster Trang used to say that we must have reality of human life view into our life, because if our life is a dream life of so many people, then they will listen to us. Okay, so I I think myself and my family, we already have a harmonious family. We apply the philosophy of root education in teaching my children, and the outcomes, the human life outcomes, and the reality that we have is that our family, we have all of us, we already achieved inner peace. Every day we learn, we cultivate our virtue, our character, and we also aim to achieve to become nice people in once. And okay. So I'm thinking that myself, I am at the level, realms of living, the fifth and sixth realms of living already. Okay, so that is my reality. Thank you ever so much, everyone, for listening. Okay, thank you ever so much. Congratulations, and Trang Vi. So you think that you have the realms of living 6 and 7, right? But we should aim to achieve the high quality of high realms of living, right? That is the realms, the 7 realms. Okay. So after we have okay, ready there? No. Okay. So when we establish here, can you take her out, please? So here we know about the levels of development, level and stage of living. Okay, the level of development and the stage of living. So when we talk about the realms of living, that include realms of living. Okay, so today we discuss about realms of living, and what is realm of living includes. That is includes the levels of development. Levels of development. Levels of development. And states of living. States of living. State of living. States of living. Okay. So the combination of levels of development and states of living represents 4 the realms of living. Okay. So let's talk about the levels of development. Levels of development. What is level of development? So we often talk about the 7 realms of living. 7 realms of living, right? So we establish here that the level of development and states of living represent the realms of living of a person realms of living. Okay, so let's talk about the levels of development here. Let me see. Okay. We often talk about the 7 realms of living. Alright, 7 realms of living. 7 realms of living, we already know about it, right? 7 realms of living, what is it include? Anyone here remember? Anyone here remember? Okay, the 7 realms of living. What is it include? What is it include? what includes in the 7 realms of living. Okay. Chị Cao Thị Ngọc Yến from the How to Find 6. I would like to share the 7 realms of living. First, this is work plus payment equal job. That is the first realm. The second realm is job plus okay. Okay, so teacher Hafiz said that I'll just continue reading, ignore my writing. Okay, so Chính continue. So first realm is work plus payment equal job. The second realm is job plus mastery equal business. Third realm business plus business plus profit equal vocation. Okay, the 4 realms is vocation plus maturity equal success. The 5th realm is success plus good health plus harmonious family equal happiness. The 6th realm is happiness plus help others be happy equal values for life. And the 7th realm is value for life plus propagation equal culture. Oh no, alright. Okay, so the first realm is jobs, the second realm is business. The third realm is vocation. Okay, let's write them down, everyone. We have the levels of development. Okay, this is the level of development. This is the level of development. Sorry, just switch the ear.
Công việc rồi đến kinh doanh.
So jobs plus business,
sự nghiệp,
and then to vocation, to success. Okay, to happiness. To value for life. Okay, and culture. So this is the levels of development. So we have just talked about levels of development, and state of living represents for the realms of living, right? So this is the levels of development. Levels of development. We have 7 levels of development. So we go from first is jobs, next to business, to vocation, to success, to happiness, to value for life, and to culture. Right. So when we So as an inner beings specialist, we are we're going to conquer the second realms of living, the 7th level, okay, the 7th level of development. And our community will be able to achieve this, the cultural levels, the cultural level, right? So this is the 7th realms, okay. The levels of development, the cultural level of development. So when we talk about the state of living, right? So this is the levels of development. Okay. Next we talk about states of living. States of living. So we talk about state of living. State of living, okay, incomparable to the level of development, correspond to the level of development. So first, okay, we have the first state of living is survival. Okay, survival. So at the levels of the first level of development, okay, it corresponds to the survival state of living. Okay, survival state of living. Okay. The next stage of living is stability. Okay. So we go from survival to stability. To development. So we go from survival, stability, development. So when we develop our life in the state of living, develop state of living, is correspond to vocation. Okay, to vocation is development. Okay, so we have the same, the levels of development and state of living. Number 4, it had the same name, that is success. Okay, success. Okay, and after success, we reach happiness. After happiness, we'll be able to achieve freedom. Freedom, and the highest level of the highest stage of living is service. Service. So this is the we already have the levels of development. Here we have states of living. States of living. States of living. Okay, everyone. So states of levels of development and states of living of a person, that will, never mind. So levels of development and states of living represents the realms of living of a person. Realms of living represents the person realms of living. Okay. Right. So represents for the levels of development and states of living represents for a person realms of living. Okay. So now we're going to match these diagrams together so we can easily see. Okay. So just like the diagram where we establish our awareness about money. So here we're going to establish our realms of living. Okay. So far we have already talked about 7 realms of living. Okay. But with that 7 realms of living, how can we achieve it? What should we do? And now we have levels of development and state of living represent our a person's realms of living. Okay, so realms of living. Now let's write together. Realms of living. So we have talked about the realms of living. So realms of living includes levels of development and states of living. So levels of development here we're going to write down. We have the seven of them. Levels of development. Apparently she just write the same diagram. So teacher Hafi, cô Hafi, she repeat this diagram. It's the same diagram that she has written already, so I'm not gonna rewrite it unless there's something new. So the current diagram that you see is this one that she has been written earlier. Or now she adding in. Okay, so we have job, okay, I'm gonna squeeze it up here. Job, business, vocation. Okay, and correspond to this. Okay, correspond to job, business, vocation. And the states of living, we have survival, stability, okay, correspond to vocation, we have development. So developed state of living. Okay, and then next we have success, happiness, and value for life, value for life, value for life. I should have abbreviated it. Anyway, so value for life. So correspond to these levels of development. Okay, correspond to levels of development. We have the states of living that are success. These have the same name. We have happiness. So these are kind of like the matching point. Okay, the matching point between successful level of development, successful state of living, happy levels of development, and happy states of living. And correspond to value for life, we have freedom. Okay, and the seventh levels of development, we have cultural. and culture correspond to the highest stage of living is service. Service. So we had two diagrams earlier when we talk about the levels of development, when we talk about and the stage of living. Okay, these. Okay. So we have. Okay, we have the. So first we're saying that the levels of development and state of living represents the realms of person realms of living. Okay, and then we talk about the levels of development. Okay, we have 7 level of development, and then we have 7 states of living. Okay, and lastly we have the diagram that combines both. Okay, both 7 levels of development and 7 states of living. Okay. Right. So now we have the ideas of what is the realms of living. So as an inner being specialist, we help for the human life development. We help the survival and human life survival and development. Okay, as an inner being specialist, we help survival, we help human life survival and development.